What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at my latest arcade pickup, Silver Strike Bowling. Now, if you've been in the arcade hobby for any length of time, you know that the Incredible Technologies cabinets are the hardest cabinets to find for a reasonable price. I mean, you can find the cabinets. I mean, they're out there for sure, but everybody seems to want an arm and a leg for them. Just a quick Facebook Marketplace search is going to turn up tons of results, and you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, most people want Golden Tee. That's kind of the standard. That's the one that everybody wants in their man cave. But then they also had bags and, of course, Silver Strike. Now, this is the one that I wanted because I'm not that big, much of a golf fan. I do like this. And then on my Golden Tee Arcade 1-Up, the world-class bowling game is the game that got the most play anytime anybody came around. So I thought this made perfect sense. Now, what you're looking at now is what appears to be a pedestal. Now, these games started out life as a big cabinet. Then later on, they came out as pedestals. You can still buy these things right now, obviously the current version, in pedestal form. And they're about $4,000, depending on the version that you get. Even the conversion kit to update a cabinet like this or a pedestal like this to the current version is $1,500. So you're going to be looking out there for something that's cheaper, right? You want to kind of do things on a budget, do things affordably. And when you see something like this, sub $1,000, you're going to think, great, let me jump on it. But like I said, this appears to be a pedestal, but it didn't start out life as a pedestal. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so if you look at the side profile, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. They basically took this cabinet that had a monitor and the marquee and everything and just cut the whole top off. And then right here at the control panel, angled the side panels and kind of formed what you see now as a pseudo pedestal type arcade. And this is one of the better ones that I've seen because I actually took the time to maybe keep the proportions the same. It's nice and stable. And this is a nice cut. We'll see a lot of them out there actually, that where they just kind of, I think about right here, they just go straight flat with it. So they'll cut the whole cabinet side here. And so you have this side panel, and they'll have like maybe a platform where you can put a TV or whatever. Sometimes they get really aggressive with the slant and go way out here. I don't like the way that looks at all. This is one of the better conversions that I've seen. And, it's, something you've got to be aware of. This started out life as a bigger cabinet. So the proportions are going to be different. The showpiece cabinets, which are the pedestal cabinets, the new IT pedestal cabinets, the top is shaped just a little bit different. Another telltale sign, if you're trying to figure out how, what was this originally, is the control panel right here. You can see the part that kind of sticks out. This is the part that sat against the glass that was on top of the monitor. So this is definitely a telltale sign for sure. But let's take a little bit closer at what's going on inside the cabinet. Okay, we had a couple screws in here. So you take those out and you'll get a closer look at what is going on inside. And this is basically the way that the game was laid out back in the day. Now, I believe originally this board here extended all the way into the cabinet, and that's where you found the PC and the I believe that's the I/O board, the control board for all your I/O, your controls, the trackball and all that. This conversion was done pretty cleanly. I mean, you can see like everything's kind of tucked in here nice and neat. The wiring isn't hacked up. Everything seems to be stock. All your connections are stock. This is the back of the PC, and you can see here's the VGA connection here. But if you were watching my Star Wars short video talking about the video out on Star Wars, my Star Wars Battle Pod cabinet, you'll recognize this little connection right here. This is a DVI, and this is going to be a digital video out. Now, it's not going to carry audio. That's going to be a different channel down here. But this is going to be a digital video signal. So what I want to do is get rid of the VGA cable and go with a DVI cable, a DVI to HDMI converter. And then when you go digital to digital, it's not that big of a deal. And it should allow me to hook this up to a modern TV. Of course, we're not going to go with a little TV. We're going to go with something bigger. And so I want to take advantage of that HDMI connection. So to get this to work, I think I'm probably going to have to plug in a keyboard and change the video out from VGA to DVI. Your speakers were just mounted right here on the back. They just took the part that goes under the marquee. This is the official rules, and this is the actual speaker pod here. And they just put it on the back here. And it sounds pretty good. And I know that because I got to test this thing out before I bought it. Met the guy up in Indiana. And yeah, I got to actually play this. And I think that's one of the most important things. These are all conversions, right? Somebody hacked up an original cabinet and made this pedestal. And usually that's fine. In this case, no problem. But that doesn't mean that every conversion is going to be the same. You could have some janked up stuff, some real issues, real problems with people just hacking stuff. So I would encourage anybody, if you see a cabinet like this that's been converted, you can tell because you look at all the telltale signs, play it first. Play before you buy. It's nice they still have the hinge still attached. It's going to be easier to access this underneath the control panel to check out all the controls. So a couple things that I want to do. I want to get rid of this old Lexan cover and probably not replace it. I'm probably just going to go with some nice, fresh, new artwork right here. But as you can see, this is where it really kind of screams, hey, this was on another cabinet. This was on a regular cabinet. So I want to take this piece off, but then I'm still going to have this long piece of wood just kind of stick it out. Makes it kind of look weird, makes it look kind of goofy. So I thought, well, maybe I'll just cut all the way across, but I was worried about how much of the decal I was going to lose. But if you look at this, it's going to kind of represent the part of the cabinet or the part of the control panel that's going to be gone. You can still see most of the graphic. And so all the information that it's telling you, that is still communicated, even if we lose everything from the ruler on. So I think that's definitely something I want to do. Cut straight across. And then I'll go ahead and route a groove in that on the backside. And then we can take brand new T-molding and go all the way around. Should look a lot nicer. And at least maybe allow it to not look like a conversion and more like an actual pedestal. Taking a look under the hood, you really appreciate when a conversion is done by somebody who kind of just wants to keep things stock. So none of the connections are all hacked up. The wiring looks like it's in place for the most part. You have some of the typical stuff you'll find with arcades, like this ground wire, this jump from here to there. They just used a bare piece of wire. It's weird. But we're going to change out all the buttons and all the switches. There's only 5, so it's not like it's that big of a deal. And we're going to go ahead and just service the trackball unit. The trackball feels good. Take this apart, clean it out, put a couple drops of oil on the bearings, and it should be good to go. So for just under $1,000, I think I got a pretty good deal. I mean, everything's here. The cabinet is complete. The conversion was done with some level of care and knowledge. It's not all hacked up. And I could take this in the arcade, plug it in and game right now. But before we do that, you know me, we're going to do some stuff to kind of make this thing look brand new. New buttons, new T-molding, new control panel overlay. Going to modify the control panel slightly to get rid of this piece here. Maybe even some custom artwork on the side, not exactly sure. Got to get that DVI output working on the computer so we can have that good, clean digital video signal. It's going to make the conversion to HDMI just a little bit better. And when you consider the price of these things brand new, I mean the pedestal right now, brand new, $4,000 for what's called the Arcade Collection, which combines 3 awesome cabinets, Silver Strike, bags, and then Power Putt. So that's really kind of a good deal when you think about the games that are included. But that's $4,000. And then if you want like that new portable version that just sits on a coffee table, even that thing is $3,000. So at a third of the price, I think I'm very happy with this. We're going to be able to kind of add some custom flair, kind of do some stuff to make it just what I want in my arcade. And you can also do the same for your arcade. But there's definitely a lot of things to consider when you see these things on Facebook Marketplace. You got to understand these were actually full-size cabinets that have been chopped up. The level of quality is going to vary, and you really need to make sure that you check these things out before you buy. Make sure that it functions. See if you can't take the back panel off. See what kind of work has been done underneath. You could be getting more of a problem, and all of a sudden that $1,000 price tag seems a little too high. Anyway, let me know what you think about this in the comments section below. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out the channel. You have a blessed day, and I will see all of you next time. Can't wait. Let's bowl.